Hello and welcome to the program Standing Committee, the program that gives you insight into the mandate activities and work plans of the standing committees of the House of Representatives. My name is Mitaire Ikben, and we thank you so much for joining us at this time. And on the program today, we have as our guest the Deputy Chairman of the House Committee on Public Accounts, Honorable Jeremiah Umaru. He is also the member representing Akwanga, Nasarawa, Egon, and Wamba Federal Constituency from Nasarawa State. Honorable Jeremiah Umaru, thank you so much for joining us on the program.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having me.
So, Honorable, your committee has a large scope, the Committee on Public Accounts. It has a large scope and a big task of ensuring that there's thorough scrutiny of the utilization of public funds. Can you throw more light into the mandate of your committee?
The mandate of the Public Account Committee, one, is to oversight the Office of the Auditor General for the Federation. Two, very newly, we have also the mandate to oversight the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation. And the whole idea is Public Accounts Committee is saddled with the responsibility of ensuring that the reports of the Auditor General for the Federation, the report is being deliberated in the committee. And when I say the report, it means that all agencies of government have their annual financials. They report to the Accountant General, they submit their financial statement to the Auditor General. Auditor General, on his part, reports to the public through the National Assembly. And this National Assembly is the Public Account Committee. Then, of course, because Public Account Committee is a committee in the Constitution responsible for the review of this report. But the General can decide, can just sit down and say, okay, this agency A has done, committed this infraction in the course of their books or preparation of their financials. But we in the committee, because we are from different backgrounds, we are from different geographical locations, we come together as a committee and look at it one after the other. Okay, today we are reviewing the 2020 report of the Auditor General. Okay, Agency A, what are the issues? The Auditor General will give us the issues and we'll look at it. And they will explain, because we discover in some cases they must have concluded with the Auditor General. Maybe they have queried them and they have resolved, but it still appears on the report. So when you invite them, you now understand that they have actually reconciled. There are also agencies that they don't even know. Some of them, they don't even know. There are maybe no communication, between them and the Office of the Auditor General for the Federation. So appearing before us, the Auditor General, of course, is there, or its representative. Then the agency, okay, these are the issues. Why didn't you respond? So they will explain. Failure to explain, and that's where the sanction will now come. Whether we'll begin to bring in the anti-graft agencies like ICPC, EFCC, and the rest, or if it's a matter that we need to now present in the floor of the House for House to take a decision, we'll do that, because those are some of the things. Then, of course, again, the House also saw the need to have public account tribunal, implementation tribunal, because it is a very targeted and special committee and area. So, and we feel that instead of taking our matter to normal courts, so if we have a tribunal, like we have the Security and Exchange Tribunal, that kind of courts or that kind of tribunal is saddled with the responsibility of hearing issues that has to do with security and exchange matters. Now, we're talking about public account. So after we finish, after the deliberation of the House, this tribunal, this implementation tribunal, if it has passed the first reading and I think the second reading in the House, if it's passed and is being implemented, so whatever resolution, we'll pass it to them, and they will now finalize on it, and the necessary sanction will be dished out to the hearing agency or individual. So our own responsibility is vast. Anything that has to do with financial infractions, whether it involves individual, any agency of government, we have the mandate to investigate. We have the mandate to check what they are doing, what even their processes, their financial processes. We have the mandate to investigate and check, so that we'll correct all those issues that are being faced in most of the agencies of government. So there are so many things to do, and that's why our mandate is quite okay. Just like you said, to exhaust it is going to be difficult, but by the grace of God, we'll do our best. And it involves only commitment. You understand? Commitment. So, and that commitment, I can guarantee you, is there. The members have shown. Myself and the chairman were working very closely. There is no disharmony between us. We're working together to ensure that this is done. He's a lawyer, I'm an accountant, so we'll come together. So imagine this combination. And we have so many of our people also who are professional engineers and the rest. So far, so good.
I recall that you moved a motion calling for the investigation of revenue leakages in government ministries, departments, and agencies, especially with regard to the utilization of the platform called Remitter. How come we have such a platform that is supposed to make the system foolproof, and yet we still have challenges? What exactly was that motion seeking to achieve?
I'm coming from the financial sector, so I understand some of the issues. Whenever Remitter is down, the revenue generating platform of the government of Nigeria, it will be down, will be stagnated for that period that the Remitter system is down. Now, our concern is, first, why should System Spec, the owner of Remitter, be the sole platform to be collecting government revenues? That's one. Secondly, why should the government not have its own platform that is going to be run by the government to collect some revenue, like the GiveMe's? The GiveMe's platform is solely run by the government. It's a government platform, but it's mostly for expenditure. So, as a finance person, ordinarily you tell me the platform you do revenue should be the platform you do expenditure, so that it will be very easy for us to compare. It will be very easy for us to reconcile. But imagine GiveMe is doing expenditure, Remitter is doing revenue. The reconciliation is a problem. Then, of course, in the course of this Remitter issue, we have also realized that most agencies of government, especially the revenue generating agencies, they have so many sub-accounts maintained in the CBN, which is not supposed to be so. We have TSA. The TSA policy that came on board, we're supposed to have one stream of account maintained in the CBN. But I tell you, there are so many accounts being maintained by agencies of government, especially the revenue generating agencies. Now, when they want to report, they don't report everything. They report the one they want to report, because there is a policy in the Finance Act and policy of government that you must remit certain sum or certain percentage of your operating surplus to the Federation, to this Consolidated Revenue Fund. But in this case, it is the accounts or the amount you declare that you generate, that it's from there that they'll be able to take this sum that we're talking about, whether 50% or 80%, as the case may be. You see, these are some of the issues. So the whole idea behind the motion or the Remitter issue is, we want to know, because there are a lot of government is losing revenues every day. Government is, and I discovered that it's as a result of all these little issues that we're facing. So we want to find out. We'll invite all relevant parties, because CBN is involved, Accountant General is involved, System Spec, that's the Remitter people, they're involved in this. Now, for me, even if we want to use private sector in this, why should Remitter be the only person or the only platform? Let's have more. Let's have competition. It will even make everybody to stand on their toes to ensure that they give quality service. There is quality service delivery to the Nigerian people. But in this case, Remita is the sole platform that collects revenue of government. It's wrong. So that's my own problem with that. And we're rounding up this COVID-19 investigation. The next investigation is the Remita, the revenue leakages. So there again, we bring everybody, and the whole idea is to curtail or to stop all these leakages, so that government will be able to have enough revenue to cater for the needs. There are so many needs of our people. Every now and then things are coming up, new things are coming up. Even those things that were not even budgeted for are coming up. So it's because it's this revenue that we'll be able to use to tackle some of this. Like, of course, the natural disaster and so on and so forth. They're happening. So, of course, imagine defense. You have budgeted certain sum of money, and something is happening that you never envisage. What do you do? Where is this money going to come from? So these are some of the things.
I recall that the federal audit bill has been passed by the House, and can you let us into some of the highlights of that bill towards making the system foolproof financially?
The federal audit bill passed the third reading in the House, and of course, very soon, or I want to believe that it must have been transmitted to the Senate for concurrence, of which I know that they will surely assent to it or concur with it, so that it will go to the president for his own assent. One major initiative in the federal audit bill is the fact that we have Federal Audit Board. The Federal Audit Board is there to serve as a guide, to the Office of the Auditor General, so that if there is anything, they can be able to tackle it, within their reach. And of course, putting them in the first line charge, so that even the appointment of the Auditor General, the way and manner the appointment comes, it's another thing. So imagine the president is one solely the person that appoints who becomes the Auditor General. So definitely the Auditor General will now do the bidding of the executive. But in this bill, no, it's the board that will recommend. So imagine where the board, just like the NJC in the judiciary, recommend who becomes the chief judge of the federation. Of course, they recommend to the president, and the president will approve. Not that the president will just pick anybody, and you understand. So in this case, the board will recommend based on their own internal, of course, interviews and criteria. Then they now recommend the most suitable person to the president for his own approval. And for us, again, the funding is another aspect that is very key. If you go to the Office of the Auditor General, imagine you assign all the Auditor General is expected to go and audit an organization, for example, NMPC, and he doesn't have the capacity. You understand? Imagine if he sees infractions and things that are wrong, how will he report? First and foremost, he doesn't even have the capacity. He doesn't have, or he's supposed to travel abroad to go and investigate certain ABC. When once the capacity is not there, you will not do it. Do you understand? So those are some of the areas that are coming as new. I will be able to help the system and give the Auditor General that power to be able to stand on his own, to be independent, and to be able to do and carry out his functions very effectively. So basically, and of course, even manpower. You don't have enough manpower in the system. The last time they employ, if you ask them, they will tell you the last time they employ was, they don't even have level 10 below in most cases. So these are some of the areas. So who then will do the job? Everybody is a big man. Do you understand? Everybody is senior officer. Who will then do the job? So at every cadre, at every level, there should be representations and vibrant young people that will be able to do this job very critically. Of course, bringing in professionals as well. So these are some of the things. And we believe that once this thing is being implemented, the audit system will bring a lot of sanity in the system, in the financial system and sector. So basically, we are looking at that. Then I think those are some of the things.
We have been speaking with the Deputy Chairman of the House Committee on Public Accounts, Honorable Jeremiah Umaru. We take a short break at this time and the conversation continues in a moment.
NTA Parliament is a dedicated 24-hour channel that broadcasts the activities of the Nigerian Senate, Federal House of Representatives, and all the 36 state houses of assembly. NTA Parliament, strengthening Nigeria's democracy.
Standing Committee, the program that gives you insight into the mandate activities and work plans of the standing committees of the House of Representatives. We have been speaking with the Deputy Chairman of the House Committee on Public Accounts, Honorable Jeremiah Umaru. Interestingly, your committee is handling, that's the Committee on Public Accounts, is handling the probe of COVID-19 funds during the pandemic. Can you tell us how the probe has been so far, and if the probe is worth the while? What are some of the prospects and challenges of your probe?
It is on record that a motion was moved on the floor of the House, and the House actually passed a resolution that the Public Accounts Committee should investigate the alleged mismanagement of the COVID-19 funds that were released to agencies of government, and these we have been doing since that mandate was given to us. And I will say that we've gotten responses from agencies of government. Of course, we've even gone to various locations to ascertain whether those things they claim they procure were actually there or not. And we went there, went around the whole of the country. We shared the committee into various groups, went to zones, and we saw things for ourselves. And I will say, yes, some agencies did what they actually were supposed to do, while some did not. So we've taken notes, and by the grace of God, very soon, in the next 1 to 2 weeks, we're going to lay our report to the House. And all the recommendations and necessary sanctions will be submitted to the House for further action. And the agencies, again, we order that they refund certain sums to the CRF, Consolidated Revenue Fund. So far, so good. The probe is going on well. And again, there are agencies that have not even appeared. And those ones, we've given them some, we'll give them the last, we give them 1 week ultimatum. If they don't appear, we're going to decide on what to do. We're going to take necessary action. And there are some, they've exhausted all the lifeline, like the Federal Fire Service. That one, we've already decided and agreed at the committee that they should refund the sum of over 1.4 billion that was given to them as COVID-19 intervention, since they refused to appear. Because on 3 occasions we gave them invitation to appear, to come and defend this money. Because, of course, we owe them duty of care, and we are not going to turn anybody. Ours is to investigate, because it was an alleged case. So we felt, okay, come and present your own case, or tell us what you have done with this money. Then we'll now look at it and see whether truly you have actually utilized these monies that were released to the agency accordingly. So far so good, I would say. The investigation is going on well.
Now, in the course of your investigation of alleged mismanagement of COVID-19 funds, how would you rate the disposition or orientation of Nigerians as well as government agencies to effective utilization of public funds?
I would say that yes, the vast majority of our people are actually interested in this probe and this investigation that we're doing. The Nigerian people are very interested. And on our part, I'm talking about the National Assembly, the members and the committee. Committee members are committed, are very dedicated. Even during the recess, the committee members were on ground to ensure that we'll carry out this investigation. So you can imagine, ordinarily we're supposed to be in our constituency, various constituencies, or somewhere having our rest, but we're here, we came, and we've been carrying out this investigation. I would say that yes, some agencies of government of course, utilize based on our investigation. Some utilize these monies or ensure that this money goes into the right channel, and some did not actually. So for me and for the committee, as a finance person, I think one of the reasons why, one of the things that the government needs to do to stop some of these things is to have a very effective audit system. If you check the Office of the Auditor General for the Federation, to a very large extent, they are not well empowered to be able to carry out this, their function. And thank God, to the glory of God, we have passed, we have reviewed and amended a bill that has to do with the federal audit. And the whole idea is to give them more power to be able to stand on their own, to be able to be independent, to be able to carry out their functions. Because if we have a very proper audit system in place, some of these things will not be happening. Once monies are being released, auditors will come after and ensure that yes, these monies that were you release, appropriated and released, were actually utilized in the right place. But again, aside the auditors, agencies, organizations need to have their own internal control system to ensure that monies meant for a particular activity is channeled towards the activity. Because in the course of our investigation, we discovered that yes, COVID-19 monies were released for COVID-19 activity, just to ensure that the pandemic is being tackled. But some of these people use this money for another purpose. So these are issues we discovered in the course of our investigation, and it's going to be part of our recommendation on what to do, to such kind of agencies. So the government should put in place a proper audit system. The Office of the Auditor General for the Federation should be empowered properly to carry out its function very well. Of course, even Accountant General's office, they are the ones that release this money. They should ensure that when they release this money, they follow this money. Then our own part, as the National Assembly, we need to carry out our oversight properly. One of the ways we can do it is this investigation. Because of this investigation, we have to go, like myself, I led a team to the South-South, South-South region of the country. And some went to Southeast, Southwest, like that, just to ensure that the claims are actually true and they're not just paperwork, Yes, we discovered most of the agents, some of them did, some of them did not. So they are going to be part of our reports and recommendations.
Your committee is one that has a lot of persons, lawmakers with expertise in finance and others with diverse expertise. So how have you been able to pull together as a committee in delivering your mandate?
The young legislators in the 10th Assembly are mostly professionals. Amongst us, we have accountants like myself, we have lawyers, we have medical doctors, we have architects, we have lecturers, and so on and so forth. And of course, in the committee, members were carefully selected to represent each of the states of the Federation in the committee. And I can see most of the members are people with background in finance. Yeah, of course, few of them don't even have any knowledge. But you know what we have done? We continue to do capacity building, training. We engage ourselves, we train, we get consultants, we get experts to put us through certain things, like all those issues of IFRS, IPSAS, how the government accounting system work, all those kind of things. So we do that and it's continuous. Once we have a window, just get a place and do our training so that all of us will be at par together. And of course, even the Auditor General's report. Auditor General's report is also another aspect that members need to be abreast. Members need to know what and where, how. In the course of our hearing, we have a representative of the Auditor General with us always, every day, and also a representative of the Accountant General, with us. The idea behind those people with us, one, is the fact that whatever we are reviewing, they are the ones that actually allege that this social person has issue with ABC in their financials. Ours, as a public account committee, because we are representing the public through the National Assembly, we invite this agency, come and explain to the public what you have done. Why did you do ABC in the course of your finances? The Auditor General will read out and we'll look at it and we'll now deliberate as a committee. Then we'll now decide. Where we don't understand something, if there is any issue we don't understand, the Auditor General or Accountant General will now explain, where necessary. So that's how we've been working. The assurance that we're having is the fact that we have committed members. Our members are committed. Our members are available. Our members are ready, are willing to sacrifice for us to achieve our mandate. Yes, we of course, whether we're going to cover everything within these 4, that I cannot guarantee. But what I can guarantee you is the fact that we are committed to what we're doing. We're not just committed, we are united, even in the course of, we have a chairman who is very experienced, is a two-time member. You have a deputy, myself, who is a finance person. I'm coming from the financial sector. I've spent 10 years in the financial sector. I'm a professional accountant. I'm a professional tax, and so on and so forth. So I feel, and there are so many members that are professionals, and most of our members are coming from that background. So with that background and with their knowledge and experience, we'll be able to achieve, if not 100%, we're going to achieve our mandate to a very large extent, basically.
You will agree with me that has been quite an insightful conversation with the Deputy Chairman, House Committee on Public Accounts, Honorable Jeremiah Umaru, and that has been the program Standing Committee. Do join us again for another episode of the program when we come your way again. My name is Mitaire Ikben. See you next time.